Okay, guys. Oh, we're back at on the beer wagon doing the bare metal. Got it airbrushed, got it dried. Now we want to take. I use all of them metallizers. Next one I want to use is a burnt metal. It's supposed to be buffing, but you're not going to buff it unless you want to. Just a dry brush technique. Get a little bit on there. Then I'll just, it's hard to see, it doesn't come out. Come on. Once you get the brush loaded up, there we go. And it can be random, it doesn't have to be. We're trying a different technique this time too, so you want to wherever it want to take it, just kind of gives that brush, kind of ground it down look. You don't have to worry about being perfect. With what I'm going to do now, I've already tested it, and it might just work out. If you get spots like that, you can always go back over with the brush, just the same thing, just cover it with the brush the steel on, just dry brush it and just blends it in. It doesn't have to be a lot if you don't want. And as the brush dries out, you can actually go a little darker, blotch it on in some spots. Looking at a bare metal car, there's no pattern. It's random. It's there's no technique for it. This is how I did the first one, just all dry brush. Which is fine. Getting into looking at it and where it's at now. If I'd have done it this way, blotch a little bit in there, a little heavier on the corners, and then you get that kind of brushed metal look to it. After you do that, where you're happy with it, whether you want to do it heavy, do it thin. So this, I don't know if it'll show very well with the light. It's a little darker right there. You can leave it. With what I'm going to do next, it might actually blend in a little better. You can see there's some blotchiness on the back here. I think it's going to work fine. Again, it's just all metallizers, the dry brushed, and it's kind of a pain because they're lacquer and they'll dry quick. Just clean the brush out. This next step's where it gets a little fun. I'm prepared. Imagine that. And if you use a little jar of thinner like this to clean brushes, after you're done with these metallizers, it's a good idea to clean it out and start with some new thinner. I don't even know what the heck that is. And bear with me. Excuse me. I'm prepared. Now I just take a piece of sponge. This is part of a new technique. Just cut it at an angle so you just have a small section. Then I take the burnt metal was on that with the brush. Then they have a burnt iron. Sometimes these are hard to find. I'll take the burnt iron, shake it up, try and get it in a cap because I just use the cap. Load your sponge up a little bit, blot it a little bit, and then you just, wherever you want, all over the if you look at a bare metal car, a true bare metal car, it's random, it's different shades, and you can see the kind of grind marks, and this is where it gets tricky. We'll do this. I got enough of these. Just put a few drops of back in the cap, because you'll suck most of that up and use it up. Just blotch it out, and like I say, it's sponging. It's kind of difficult because it evaporates, dries pretty quick with the sponge. The inside is going to be different. These were metal back in the. I'm just going to do black and a little rust on the inside. Kind of like they haven't got that far yet. And if you want, you can even try and give it a swirl every now and then, just to see what kind of effect you get. Try and get the edges. Come on, quit drying out. There we go. If you miss a spot or two, that's fine. It's just something different. Not a lot of people do it, and I don't think unless you use a foil you're going to get a true sense of bare metal. And then that's what you end up with. It's probably kind of hard to see. Now I'm hoping when we put the clear coat on, it pulls that, we'll put a gloss clear on there, pull that depth out of there like a clear coat usually does. So that's it. That's all there is to it. That's all I do to it. I'll get the rest of this done, and we'll stick her together, see what it looks like. I'll be back. Alright, so that's what it's going to look like when you get it all. The light's not helping here. It's quite a bit. Let's take it. There we go. A little bit less light shining on it. And then once you get the clear on it, it'll bring that back out too. But it gives you an idea, even with the light shining on it, what that's going to look like. It actually looks better than the first one I did, I think. So I gotta finish the interior, get some rust on it, and we'll see what that looks like. New technique on the chassis too, so I'll keep you updated.